So, namaskaram to all of you. Namaskaram, Hariam Gautamim. We welcome all of you for this webinar, a kind of a short information which contains about how to start a registered yoga center. So, most of us may be interested. You may be taking one-to-one, maybe online or offline, somebody you may be inviting at home, or you may go somewhere and work for an institute. I always tell people who are close to us, they know whichever program they finish in Yoga Sutras or we conducted Yoga Foundation course and all those things. Whenever you get knowledge, we always urge them to become teachers and share. Because the moment you become a teacher, you become a sincere student. Even when you're a student, you don't need to learn. To some extent, you can learn. And when you become a teacher, you have to learn. There is no other way. So before that, I request people, possible, if you switch on the video, it'll be more useful to you. Otherwise, again, you need to go back recording. I know everybody's time is precious, so kindly decide. When you become a teacher, you become a very sincere student, which all of you will agree. Because when you teach, you need to go through 10 times to clarify your doubt and teach others. So what I found is, like me, many others may be also like looking for it. Because when I want to start, I just started the WhatsApp group. Just thinking to share. Then the WhatsApp group got bigger. We opened the second group. And when the group is more, we need to serve more. So I just started studying more, put more in PPT. So during this phase, I came across many things in learning. And when I wanted to start something legally, because, always we need to have a brand. See, you may take class on your own name. What is the problem? You have create a brand name. People may forget your name, may remember the brand name. And remember, whenever we have a registered entity, that shows we are serious, right? I can take in my name. If I have a registered entity, people have more trust on us. If you add a website, you can put whatever your strengths are. People may go through it. So these are all very basic requirement for all of us to come up. So in my case, Gautamiji helped me to register this Bharath My Culture as a MSME entity. She always says it's all very small, nothing and all, but it was a huge help for me because I remember when I started conducting the Zoom classes for our ashram. I'm volunteering for Shivadarshan Yoga Vidyalaya. I want to do the breakout rooms. Really, it's very difficult to get help from people. When you ask people, many people don't know. That's the one thing. Few people know, but they don't have time to share. And few people know, they don't want to share. This is the problem. I was thinking like yoga fraternity will be totally different when I came in 2018, but it is no different from a normal people. I'm not telling everyone, okay? There are fantastic people, but 90%, this is what, I think you will also agree, you also meeting people. So what we took at Bharath My Culture is to take as many courses as free, but long courses we want to take as chargeable. If I conduct a 3 months, 4 months, 5 months course, most of people will not be there unless you pay. If you don't pay, mind will say, we'll see later. If you pay, you'll be very serious. So till today, we have taken all the course at Bharath My Culture free, but we will be taking at extra fee for long courses and very serious courses. We are also tying up with a few other good-hearted people. Now, we'll be circulating a poster today. There is a Yoga Nidra short workshop course where you will get theory and practice, where you can see like with Bharath My Culture, we are collaborating with other institute. Now, all people are our friends. We are all encouraging that also. Like if you are good in certain thing, if you want to reach people, we'll do it. We will charge a minimum amount that for our survival, we'll do it. So this program, especially on this direction, how to open a yoga institute. I don't have a commercial space. I don't have a big space. You have a computer, you have a phone. That is more than enough. You can buy a poster and keep it in your home. You can register. Gautamiji is there to help us to register inside our home itself. I have only one wall, not even one room. Okay, the wall, what you're seeing, this is what I own. And in front of me, there are many things are there. Only table, system, and a wall. And I registered my institute. I opened a current account. My whatever the donation I asked for it, it will come in a separate account. Now it has become professional. I opened a website. I bought it. I constructed my own website. And I'm putting all the free material in the website. You can go and download. These things we have learned period of 3-4 months. So I don't want anybody to spend 3-4 months for this, which will give transfer it within 2-3 hours. So that's the purpose of this program. We'll get into the webinar. I'll show the PPT now.
feel that?
So we want to build a registered MSME, medium, small, micro, medium, small, medium enterprises. This is MSME. So this is all by registered by Government of India. So this is to encourage the new entrepreneurs, people like us who are at home, but we want to do something for our survival, as well as we want to, maybe in future something happens, we can become big. So that's all left to us. So it's a kind of a step-by-step practical guide. What we need your time and one small consultation fee for it. Okay. So we will register your business. You can find your own name. We will also help you how to keep your name. The AI is there everywhere. So if you ask AI, this is what I want to teach, I want to take it up, please suggest me a suitable company name. It's going to give you hundreds of options. So we will train you in all those things. That's the purpose of this webinar. Now, suppose there is a shop, or let's say this is a yoga center, and you're seeing it from outside, no board, nothing. Okay. Now there is a yoga center with board, which you will go. Naturally, our preference will be the center with board. Suppose the right side also they are putting a board, but left side they are telling it is like registered under MSME, Government of India. They are putting certain things like registration number and all. And whenever you go, they give you quotation in a letterhead. And whenever you transfer money, they are giving their company name to transfer money. But the other person, only he may put a board, whatever he wants. Nobody will ask. But inside, if you go, no letterhead. If you pay any money, they will say, no, I don't give receipt. This is okay. Or they say, they're giving your personal name to transfer. What you will have? You may have doubt. Oh, this guy is not taking money in his company name. So this is not a serious person. Whether will I get cheated? Is it really, they will be here for a long time? You may have a lot of questions. So this trust you will build if you register as a business entity. Nothing wrong in saying these things are business. Business means what? You give something, you take something, right? It's good. If you do ethically any business, that's also a good way to spread things around the world. So see, now I put my Bharath, my culture in this photo. What I did, I never did any photoshopping and all. There is a Canva AI, which is a website where I can go, you can purchase in a small amount. If I say create a yoga studio photo with my institute name, my Bharath, my culture, see, it's coming directly. So this thing also we'll be learning in our course. So if I put my name, my institute name, I've registered entity, and if you're registered in IOA, that number, if you build, like somebody puts ISO 9001, you get more confidence, right? That person is ISO certified company. Similarly, when you put your MSME number, Udyam, government registration number, if you put all those things, it will be legally, you started your business, you are very serious, people also believe outside. So you can become bigger. There are many advantages for that also. And you can put your board inside. See, this is also AI generated photo. I just asked it, put my Bharath, my culture, and give my yoga studio photo. See, simply it gave. You may find some spelling mistake, that's okay with the AI. But these things also you can do and you can promote. You can form your posters. You can create a PPT within few minutes. All these things possible in our package, what we are going to conduct next few classes. And you can also have a Google review. This is a Google review. This is my home, and I'm in the first floor, one flat. And you cannot see any board because this is not a commercial space. This is my home only. So I've registered here. I've registered my institute, my Bharath, my culture, by keeping my home address. So if you do that, automatically your home photo will come, because that's a procedure, how you will do. And you have to upload some photos and all, you will manage. When you do that, it will come, your Google location also will come. See here, I have my website. I have attached here with the website. Somebody click it, it comes directly to my website. And it shows the direction. You can save it. You can share this location. There's address coming here. And you see here 35 Google reviews. So whenever any program I do, in the middle or end, I will ask people to give their review. So they give review like this. These are the latest reviews. I have 35 reviews. I started this just few months back. And in the review below, you can have your introduction. You can see here, my email ID is here. You can give your website, already it is there. So I put the email ID here in the description. So this also you can do. This also will be guiding how to do and all. This is all to make your institute register and go into the mine. See, if you're taking offline, also this is very useful, right? Somebody wants to come, they can just click the direction and come. When they search for your name will be visible in the Google. Otherwise, you have to send your location, then they'll find it difficult. See, this looks more professional. And this is the kind of control board you will get if you log in from your email ID. I log in. I said my Bharat My Culture. See, it's showing edit profile. You can enter the profile. You can read all the reviews. You can reply to the reviews. You can add photos. Many things you can do in the panel. This is all given by Google. This is free. You don't need to pay anything to Google. Okay, this is completely free. And what I do is, you can see the right side. This is the message I forward. This is my logo. Again, this logo also I got it from Copilot, one more AI. I asked for, this is what I'm going to teach. Culture, philosophy, yoga, and ancient text. I put everything. It gave me a nice thing. I just took it from it. Remember, you should not take anything from Google Images. It's all copyrighted. 99% of the Google images, when you Google, the picture comes, you should not use in your website. You should not use for any official correspondence. So I got it from AI. Any image created by AI, you can own it. And I created this message. See here, Namaskaram. Thank you for being part of our yoga, philosophy, and culture classes at My Bharat My Culture. We would love to hear your feedback to improve and grow together. Please share your review by clicking the link. If I send this through WhatsApp, they can click the link. They can give the review. The review will come directly here in the Google reviews. So this will help to build confidence. See, you may say, some good-hearted people may say, sir, I don't want money. I am okay to take class. No, good people has to get some money. Okay. If you have more money, you're going to spend back. Don't say that. Money should be the second priority. First priority, you share the knowledge. The consequence will come automatically, whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not. That is always acceptable. In our culture, Purusharthas, the goal of life is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. With Dharma, with righteousness, you can earn Artha. You can satisfy your need. You can also enjoy the world, Kama, but it's all based on Dharma. So nothing wrong, because all of us need some money for survival. So this is to get that kind of feedback. When somebody sees, suppose tomorrow you get 2000 feedback, 2000 reviews, all are 4-star, 5-star. Naturally, you will get, right? When you buy anything from Amazon, what is it you're looking for? Reviews only, right? Whichever review, because you don't know about the company, product, whomever review is more, you are ordering. Simply, you don't know that person, that entity. Simply you order seeing the review. So this will be helpful a lot for us, because we don't carry that kind of brand image, but we can create the brand image by these reviews. And this is my website. If you go and open my website, www.mybharat.org, this is the first page. You can hear, this is all I created. The wording, everything, and all these things, I forgot. Now, when we want to teach, I need to again learn again. Because the touch is gone. Just first few weeks I was doing. See here, there is a knowledge bank. If you click the knowledge bank, then it will go to this page. Knowledge bank. I just explained what is that and all. You see, there are 4 images. One is, if you scan this image, it will go to my YouTube channel. Sorry, WhatsApp group. There is a My Bharat My Culture 2. People always want to join 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are parent group. My Bharat My Culture 1, My Bharat My Culture 2. Both are parent groups. Whomever is 1 will not be there in 2. I don't give access. People many times request, because same, why we need to duplicate. So I took the QR code and put it in the website. Somebody wants to join, they can scan, or you see here, scan above, or click here to join our WhatsApp group. Or you can simply click here, you will join the WhatsApp group. So somebody visiting your website, you can make them to be part of your group. The joining group doesn't carry any cost, right? So people will be joining. And next is scan above or click here to visit our YouTube channel. So they click here or scan here, they go to my YouTube channel. The knowledge bank, scan above or click here to download free study material. So many material I've uploaded, many material I'm preparing, which I'm uploading. I already said for Yoga Foundation course, we'll be keeping ready. 50% I made ready, another 50% making ready. I'll be sharing with every one of you. So this, if you click it or scan it, you will go and download. And since we have taken Yoga Sutras for a long time, here if you click, then you will get the overview of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So like this, you can make any number of things, whichever you want. And you can put all your YouTube videos, YouTube channel videos here. So YouTube channel, we are not teaching here, because that I also don't know much. Somebody is interested, we can also do for some half an hour, 1 hour, I can guide you. So this is a message I used to send, like, along with the earlier thing, this screenshot, along with that I will send, asking people to enter to my website, mybharat.org. Remember this again, I only formed, there is a website called Wix, W-I-X. If you go, you pay a minimum amount, it's 7,000 rupees. I got an offer by 3,500 for first year. So I said, please register at this name. MyBharat.com is not available. com is always everybody wants. In my case, MyBharat seems to be like used by many government website. I was not aware. I decided Bharat My Culture. I want to make it short. So .com was not available. .org. It doesn't matter. Okay. But I got this www.mybharat.org. I said enter into website. In that website, click Knowledge Bank or scan the QR code. Click here to download free study material. So like that, you can do whatever you want. You want to share with people or anybody, you can always say. So they will go through your website. We can make that as a practice. In the website last page, there's a contact details will be there. Somebody wants to contact you and they will fill it up. The mail will come to you. All these things are included in that cost. So it's all available online. Only thing is know-how. I don't know which is how to do. I spent hours together on this researching which website is good, how to do it and all, naturally. So I don't want any of you to spend that much time. Now, what we will cover in this today's webinar, actually the major portion is from Gautamiji. It's a more, she'll be talking from non-technical to technical about what kind of entities are available. So this Udyam registration, it is for MSME, a proprietorship. That means one owner, small entity. Either you can start from home or you have a shop or some place, somebody starting first business, you are the proprietor, owner of it. You can do that. And there are many other options available with Gautamiji will be sharing. And we will also be explaining, not today, but we will guide you. When you join this course, we will guide you how to open the current account. What is the use of current account? Okay, all those things. Then Google Drive, how to use the Google Drive, how to share the questionnaire, how to share study material. For that, they should not able to download. See, some material you don't want somebody to download, only to view. Video also, you don't want somebody to download, you can only watch them. You can use all those things in Google Drive. And Gamma AI, which I'm using. Now, what PPT you are seeing, all these things you have seen, right? Not this one. This one, all the slides, except this I copy pasted. Now, whatever you're going to see, all what you're going to see. This is all done by Gamma AI. I made the presentation, I've typed something in Word, and when I entered, within 2 minutes, I got all the presentation. All this alignment, I never did. See, course agenda, bigger font, this thing I never did. I gave as a Word document, it converted, gave me as a PowerPoint presentation. Apart from that, suppose you have some idea, some 5 lines, like somebody is asking about the beginner, explain yoga for a common man. And in broken English, whatever you want, we can write and type it. We can ask AI to expand this and make a PPT. So there are AI tools available for it. And don't think we are all AI expert. I'm also like you, just few months ahead. So we will be taking whatever I know. If somebody knows AI, please, you don't need to join here because I know only very basic things. So this is not to make it more commercial, study and make a course in thousands of rupees. No, we are going to charge only very small amount. Whatever we know, we are going to share. So this also will help you how to type a WhatsApp message with broken English, but to a good English, and to create some document, create a PPT, everything we are going to share the knowledge. Now, why register with Udyam? Now, Udyam is the portal from central government. This is people like us want to start and become an entrepreneur or to share and have a registered entity. We need this Udyam. You can go and browse for it and understand more. So this gives a registered entity name. That means there is a government registered on it. See, for this, I need a Aadhaar number, I need a PAN card number, I need my bank details, everything you need. Then only the registration will happen. So it's not like some bogus, somebody can do something and go away. Some authenticity is there. Of course, anybody can start register in Udyam. Remember, if you want to register in Udyam, that is free. Government is not charging. But we will be charging some amount because somebody's professional knowledge we are using, right? Somebody's time. Otherwise, if you know, any of you know how to register, please go ahead. So we are not compelling you to here. So which would trust you more? We ask this question. One with board and registration, we are attracted to it. So the registered studio, if you have a registered yoga studio, it is recognized or registered in Government of India. And people come to know you are serious, you are a professional, and you are accountable. You are going to be here for a long time. And they also have confidence like I can save, it is safe to pay my amount or fees to them. If nothing is there, they may thing. So it adds more credibility. If you have more registration, like if you become IOA member, what's the benefit? Many benefit is that they will say, and you can be in touch with a great community. Apart from that, if you want to become IOA professional member, you should have finished a good degree or diploma, some qualification you should be there. Somebody don't have any qualification, they cannot become IOA member. So these things adds more qualification, right? So you can add all those IOA professional, I'm IOA professional member, permanent member, something like that. You can add all those, brings a lot of credibility. So the key benefits of registration is instant credibility, and you can display, use it everywhere. You'll be seeing from here onwards, our posters also will carry all these things. And you can scale up the business with confidence. You can access finance. Tomorrow, suppose you want to get some loan in the bank. First thing they will ask you is, have you registered in MSME? Earlier they say MSME, now it's Udyam. Only if you have registered, if you are running a business, then you will get finance. Otherwise, no, you will not get it. This individual, you may be a too good person. That doesn't matter to them. There is no legal entity. So you can do all these things here. Then we will be helping you to setting up a current account, because when I approached a few banks, they said, no, if you are running something at home, then we will not give you, you cannot open current account here. Then I said, see, we are all small people, like people may be taking tuition, coaching centers and all. How they will do? They said, sir, I understand. I cannot say like formally no, but in our bank, they have given a clear instruction. You should have GST. GST. So GST is applicable only more than 20 lakhs if you do turnover. Now you don't need to apply and worry for any GST, taxation, all those things. Up to 20 lakhs turnover. If your income is more than 20 lakhs, you have to get GST. That time we can get more than 1.5 lakhs comes every month. We'll be happy to pay somebody 20,000-30,000 rupees and appoint an accountant also. That's a good problem to have it. That's future. But now you don't have to have any GST. So we can help you with certain banks where they will help us to open even when you operate at home. So I then found 2 or 3 banks which they are very comfortable in opening accounts. So we'll help you in this current account also, how to proceed, what all things required and all. Basically, why you need current account means, suppose somebody has to pay you, means they need to pay on the entity name. See, now any amount I am getting for the courses, I take it from Bharath My Culture. That's a registered entity, you can pay to that. And I can create a UPI ID through online and get it. And we will tell you, suggest you which bank, the bank should be close to you, and all the advantages whichever you have with every bank, we will discuss whatever experience we have. Now, by doing this, you are keeping the business income separate in a separate account. So keep finances separate. You can also track how much I got. If you add along with your personal account, you don't know how much you are earning and all. It don't do professional also. So there are many things. You need to keep a small name board, just in front of your home. And there are many seals required. There's a round seal, proprietor seal. This we will guide. Of course, there will be minor variation from bank to bank. And how to create your own letterhead, the continuation sheet, all these things will be guiding you. Because when you create an entity, creating a letterhead is very important. Letterhead means in the top, your company name, studio name will be there. Somebody is asking for quotation, you can send like this. You can correspond all these things through a proper legal way. And you can also link your account through your GPay, PhonePe, everything you can create for your current account. This will be easy, right? Now see, I can switch. I can give my number. My number, if you pay now, it goes for Bharath My Culture. Suppose my friend wants to transfer some money personally. I can change the setting. Whatever he transferred to my number, it comes to my personal account. So you can use your same number, phone number, GPay number for your, the yoga studio name, which you register for your personal thing, all these things. Or you can have a separate number also. You can have a separate phone number, link that with your registered MSME name. People whomever they are paying, it comes to there. So we'll also help you how to do this. And then Google Drive. Like I said, many of us may be knowing, but I know many of us don't know anything about Google Drive. Google Drive gives you 15 GB of free space. So there you can store all your videos, many videos, and you can share the videos, study materials, anything you want to share. You can give access to anything for one particular person. For other person, you can restrict the access. Somebody you can make them to download, somebody not to download. Or suppose you are taking some classes. Now see, I'm taking this webinar. I can sell this. Suppose I'm taking some 3 days, 4 days, some class. I can record it in Zoom or whichever platform, and I can upload in my Google Drive. And for somebody, I can say the registered video, the recorded video is available. If you want, you can access it at 500 rupees, 1000 rupees. I can sell also. So you can sell your work. If you record yourself and you can sell that. This is a very easy way to sell. There are many ways to sell. This is a free way because opening a Gmail ID and getting Google Drive is zero cost. You can upload at zero cost. Only recording only. You can record and upload it. So these things also will be helping you. You can increase the storage. If you pay, I think I'm paying some 1500 rupees per year. I'm getting 100 GB storage. And there is a OneDrive from Microsoft, which is much cheaper. It's around less than 2000 rupees. They give me 1000 GB, 1 TB storage, but I don't know how to use it. I'm learning now. A Google Drive, I know how to use it. So then we will be also teaching you the Gamma AI. You can search Gamma AI. It's this website I just found after many hours of searching. I'm asking A whether this is good, that is good, because I paid around 11,500 rupees for this Gamma A. I bought it for 1 year subscription. And there is a 4,000 rupees subscription, which you pay 4,000, 1 year you can use it. You can make many PowerPoint presentation. So I finally concluded this Gamma AI because no other app or AI does fantastic job like Gamma. Now I'm saying like this slide also, whatever presentation, it's all created by Gamma AI. I have not done it. I have not selected this picture. I have not formed this word. I just gave them material. It converted me into AI and gave me. So we'll be running through the Gamma AI. There is a free registration for Gamma AI. You can use it for some time. There is a 400 credit points. Now, what is credit points? How it will be used? We'll be explaining all those things. Initially, you can do free for some time. Then you pay 4,000 rupees per year, which is not quite costly, right? If you make PPT spending hours of their time, because for me it is very useful. Most of our classes are on the philosophy side, on the tech side. So if you are a yoga teacher only, you are learning asana, pranayama, you're teaching, that also you can make a presentation. What is asana as per Patanjali Yoga Sutra? If you give this thing, it will give you PPT. So like that you can teach some theoretical thing, then you can move for the practical thing. So you can have instant presentation. Within a minute, you can do, or I have something in Word document, I want to convert. Yes, you can convert the Word document into Power PPT. Or you have a PPT, you want to enrich that, you can do that. Many things you can do with Gamma AI. Okay, and whatever Gamma AI you are preparing, you can put that in YouTube, because all these PPT and pictures generated, see now this right beside somebody is sitting. This is not taken from any website, that means images from Google. I said Google images are copyright protected. So this image is taken by Gamma AI. It has formed its own image. So I can use the PPT, I can record this and put it in YouTube. If you are a person want to open a YouTube channel, which is also quite simple, you can upload that. You know, all these things is to spread the knowledge what we have. We'll be discussing other tools like especially Copilot. I also know only few features about it. How to rephrase, how to form an article, how to, something in YouTube is coming. You want to take, now we are talking in this 1 hour. This me and Gautamiji is going to continue. Suppose you want everything in a document. You can upload this in YouTube. You can generate the wordings, transcribe it. From the transcription, you can put it in AI tool and get in the nice format. So whatever I'm talking, everything come in point by point. So if you want to access, you suppose you are listening a guru's lecture in YouTube, how to get that as a notes? Suppose you listen 1 hour lecture, if that is there in a written format as a notes, a Word document, it will be useful for you. You will be thinking. We will help you how to do that also. So if you want to know, these things are all possible, very easy. You can make a 10 hours lecture as a document, as a 100-page document. You can always keep it. You can take print out and maybe learn for future. All those things is possible. So you can rephrase it. You can make a much better, very good English. Just with the broken English, you give input, it will give you. You can form a flyer. You can do a poster design. You can give a course description. Many things you can do with AI. Whatever we know, we will be sharing those things. So what we are going to do in the course, anybody going to join us, we are going to register with Udyam, helping you. And there are many other divisions which Gautamiji will be explaining. We will help you to open a current account. We will help you to be thorough with to whatever extent we know in the Google Drive, creating the Google Forms and all those things. And we will also happy if you grow professionally. All of us grow. That means we'll be serving more to the society, right? So for this, we are charging 2,000 rupees for all these things, including registration. So anybody interested, you can always call me, message me. Now, why we are charging this is we are doing it a business, right? It's starting business, somebody involving. Now, not only my Bharat, my culture, it's our duty to pay our experts. Now, Gautamiji is our expert here, who will help you out of the way. In the sense, if you ask 10 times, she will be explaining. If you ask any clarification, she will explain. So it's like a kind of, I will say, service, because whatever money we give is nothing, very less. So this is a kind of a community we want to build, a good community. We also want to grow. We make others also to grow. So this is the first portion of it. Now I request Gautamiji to, I will stop sharing. Kindly, you just continue, Gautamiji. Once Gautami ma'am finishes, it's open for questions. Kindly note down the questions. Once her part is over, we'll discuss and answer all the questions. Hariom Gautami ma'am, please go ahead.
Hariom, sir. Hariom. I'll start sharing my screen. Hariom, everyone. So I'd like to give a brief introduction about myself, of course, because I'll be talking a lot about technical things. So I think it is important to tell what my education qualifications are. I am a company secretary and a lawyer. By profession, I'm a practicing company secretary. So this is where I am putting my expertise here on this platform today. So we are going to look at various options that are available to set up a formal entity. So the first is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is one of the most common business form. It is an individual who will be undertaking all the activities in the case of sole proprietorship. All the decisions will be taken by an individual, and risks will be borne by an individual. Investments also will be made by an individual only. So this is the first option of sole proprietorship. When it comes to, I'll discuss about few concepts only for each of the options, because given the time, we may not be able to cover everything, all the aspects of each of these entities. I'll discuss a few things only. First is perpetual succession. If a sole proprietor is no longer there, then the business will no longer exist. Okay. Coming to taxation point of view, whatever income that a sole proprietor gets from the profession that he is conducting, for example, here, if the yoga classes are being conducted by the sole proprietor, then whatever income he or she is earning, will be charged in their personal income tax return. Okay, and there's something called as presumptive taxation, wherein income that is generated from the profession will completely not be taxable. Only a presumptive amount will be taxable. If the percentages are 6 and 8%, if the amounts are received in the form of cash, 8% will be taxable. And if the amounts are received through digital payments, only 6% will be taxable. This means that not all the income that you are receiving will be taxable. Only certain percentage of it will be taxable. Okay? So this is something called as presumptive taxation, which is applicable for sole proprietorship. And books of accounts also need not be maintained by such entities. Now here in sole proprietorship, there is no distinction between the owner and the business. Okay, so if in case, let's suppose I have set up a sole proprietor, I have invested around 1 to 2 lakhs of my own amount. If there is any loss, I am the one who has to bear the loss, because there is no separate entity, there's no distinction between the owner and the business as such. Okay, whereas there is a distinction in the other options that we'll look at. Second option is partnership firm. A partnership firm is basically an agreement between 2 or more parties. There could be up to 50 parties, where people come together for a particular business objective, and there's an agreement that is entered where inter se rights and liabilities and responsibilities will be documented in a partnership deed. Okay, so it is regulated by Indian Partnership Act 1932. So this is about the partnership firm. Now again, let's suppose there are only 2 partners who are there, and if one partner dies or becomes insolvent or something happens, then the partnership firm may not continue. There's no perpetual succession. Again, coming to partnership firm, there is no distinction between the partners and the partnership firm. The partners and partnership firm will be one and the same. Okay? So which means personal assets will also be used in case of liabilities to be paid by the partnership firm. Third option is limited liability partnership. It's a very famous concept called as LLP. It is a hybrid model. By hybrid model, we mean that there's a concept of limited liability introduced here. As in the case of partnership firm, I have said there is unlimited liability, wherein any liability that the partnership firm has to pay can even be taken from the personal assets of the partners as well. But this does not happen in an LLP. LLP is a hybrid model wherein the concept of limited liability is being introduced. There's an LLP agreement that will be entered after it is being formed. So whatever amount each of the partner decides to contribute at the time of the entering into the agreement, whatever happens to the LLP, whether it's losses or if there are any legal cases, whatever happens, each of the partner will bring in the amount to the extent of what they have decided to contribute as per the LLP agreement. Okay, this is the first. In case of a hybrid business structure, this is the first limited liability, and it offers the advantages of the partnership. Partnership and LLP are taxed separately. Okay, so a separate from, although the partnership firm does not have a separate legal identity, for tax purposes it has a separate identity, and a tax return for partnership has to be filed, and they're taxed at approximately 30%. And whatever remuneration the partners are receiving, that will be taxable in their hands. Whatever profits is being distributed by the partnership firm to the partners will be tax-free in the hands of the partners. Same in the case of LLP and in the case of partnership firm. Okay, partnership LLP will exist even if the partners are no longer there. So which means it is not like a partnership firm where a perpetual succession does not exist. There's a perpetual succession in LLP. It's a formally recognized entity registered with the ministry. The next option is private limited company. Private limited company is set up by two or more individuals where shareholders come together and set up a company. It's a limited company where it's actually a closely held sort of company where the company is being formed for specific objective, and a private limited company can take in resources from private investors rather than the public. There's a restriction for share transfer. Private limited company also has perpetual succession, which means if even all the shareholders die, their successors will become the shareholders. So private limited company will still exist in this case. Private limited company is taxed at about, depending on the turnover, it will be taxed between 25 to 30%. Next, option 5 and option 6. We have seen 4 options. The first 4 options are applicable in case you want to do it for earning revenue. Okay. Option 5 and option 6 is applicable for those persons who want to do service, as in their intention is not to earn money. Their intention is to do service to the society or the community at large. Section 8 company is basically like a private, it's like a private limited company only, but it is formed for non-profit activities. Okay, so charitable activities. A company which is being formed for a charitable activities is called as a Section 8 company. So here it requires license of the central government. So here, so central government will have to give a license that the company is carrying out its activities for charitable purposes. And whatever the profits that is being generated by such company will be deployed back into the company only. It cannot be taken for utilizing it for any other purposes. Of course, remuneration can be paid, salaries can be paid, but profits cannot be distributed between the shareholders. Okay, this is about Section 8 company. Society is again when a group of people who are having a common interest come together, they can form a society. Even Section 8 company and society can be seen even for yoga purposes also. In case of society, it is more of an informal setup. Section 8 company is a more formal setup, having more credibility when compared to a society. Okay. Section 8 company, private company, LLPs, these are registrations which are at the level of the central. But when it comes to society, when it comes to partnership firm, these are at the state level, so the rules will vary. Now that we have discussed various options, okay, let me add one more thing for Section 8 company and society. Section 8 company and society are taxed. Section 8 company is taxed just like a company, but it can obtain exemption from tax provided it registers itself with the income tax department, which means if the Section 8 company employs 85% of its income towards charitable purposes, then entire tax will be exempt. And there's something called as 12A and ATG registration that a Section 8 company and a society does. In ATG registration, what happens is if the Section 8 company is taking funds from others, then the concerned person who is giving the funds can claim deduction in his own return. Okay, so same thing happens in case of the society as well. Now that we have looked at the options, let us understand what are the various registrations that each of them can undertake. Okay. First, when it comes to sole proprietorship, first is sole proprietorship. MSME registration is must because there is no separate registration certificate given by the government saying that this is your registration certificate saying you have incorporated so and so thing. MSME registration certificate is a conclusive evidence which tells that the business is into existence. As discussed elaborately by Balamurli sir about having a separate business and personal bank account, yes, it's very, very essential that you maintain a separate business account when you are having a sole proprietorship. Let's suppose there's a tax assessment that's happening, in case of tax assessment or in case of scrutiny, or there are certain deductions that you're not able to take. When your business and your personal income is being clubbed, it becomes difficult to identify what is your business income. And it might not be to the satisfaction of the assessing officer if there's any scrutiny. It's always essential that you have a separate bank account, even if for a sole proprietorship. PAN here means the PAN of an individual only. In case of sole proprietorship, there is no separate PAN to be obtained by the sole proprietorship. The individual's PAN is going to be the PAN of the sole proprietor, and basically PAN is required for filing of the income tax returns and various other reasons. Now, when you're filing the income tax returns of the sole proprietorship, you'll have to club the income of the sole proprietorship along with your own income and file the return. Okay. GST, as discussed, GST is applicable only if your annual turnover is exceeding more than 20 lakhs per annum. Shops and establishment registration. Now, this is a shops and establishment registration is specific to state to state. There are, like for example, I'll talk about Chennai. If there are only more than 10 employees that a sole proprietor appoints or employees, then there's a requirement to have a shops and establishment registration. It differs from state to state, basically. A trademark is optional. If you want to have your logo secured, if you want to have the name of your entity secured, then you can apply for a trademark. Okay. So that's optional. But the rest of them are mandatory depending on whether it's applicable or not. We'll move on to compliances of a sole proprietorship. Now, once you set up an entity, you need to be aware what are the various compliances that a sole proprietorship has to undertake. First is filing your income tax return. If you opt for presumptive taxation, I said earlier when I spoke about presumptive taxation means only certain percentage of your income will be taxable. It's not that the entire 100% will be taxable. 6% and 8%. 6% if you are accepting the payments through digital, and 8% if you are accepting the payments through cash. Only that much only. Let's suppose you're earning 10 lakh rupees, and out of which let's suppose you're going for presumptive taxation, and part of it is received, let's suppose, okay, I'll come to an example later. Payment of advance tax. If this tax liability of more than 10,000 during the year, they will have to pay advance tax quarterly. But if it is in the case of presumptive taxation, once before March, the advance tax has to be paid. Again, this is applicable only if the tax liability is more than 10,000. GST returns is applicable if there's a GST registration. TDS compliances, if the sole proprietorship is paying salary or any professional fees, then a TDS will have to be deducted and will have to be deposited with the government, for which a TAN will also have to be obtained. Shops and establishment compliances if there are more than 10 employees and if the company has registered itself with the shops and with the labor department for shops and establishment certificate, then it has to display and it has to maintain register and attendance register, how much are the wages being paid. Certain things will have to be done, compliances will have to be complied with as per that specific act. MSME registration certificate update. MSME here means micro, small and medium enterprise. Depending on the turnover and depending on the investment being made, it can be categorized under either micro or small or medium enterprise. Okay, so when it falls in the first category, it will become micro. When, for example, if the investment limit is up to 1 crore and turnover is up to 5 crore, it will be called as a micro enterprise. And as and when the threshold exceeds and you meet those threshold, you will be categorized into small or medium. When you move from micro to small, an automatic update will happen. One does not have to change that because all the details that you're filing with the income tax authorities will be populated back into your Udyam website and you will automatically be categorized from micro to small. If there are any changes in your MSME certificate with respect to your address, name of the entity, location, if you want to undertake any additional activities, then you go ahead and do an update for this MSME registration certificate. Next is partnership firm. Let us look at the registrations that are required for partnership firm. Partnership deed will have to be registered because this is the essential document which says what are the mutual rights and mutual liabilities and obligations of each of the partners. And although it is not compulsory to register, we suggest that it should be registered so that it can be enforceable in the court. Business account and the personal account should be separate because LLP, not LLP, partnership firm, although it is not a separate legal identity, it does not have a separate legal identity, it is essential that you maintain a separate bank account. PAN account will be separate for an LLP, like we have seen in the case of sole proprietorship. PAN will remain one and the same for the sole proprietor and the business that is running. But in case of a partnership firm is recognized as separate entity for tax purposes. So whatever PAN whatever PAN the partnership firm is receiving, it has to file the income tax return using that PAN. GST we have discussed. Shops and establishment registration, trademark is optional. MSME here is optional. If you're going for a partnership firm, the base or the base document that shows your legal constitution is existing is your partnership deed. But in the case of sole proprietorship, that is an MSME certificate. Okay. Now, let us look at certain compliances that a partnership firm will have to do. Filing of income tax return, advance tax, GST, TDS, shops and establishment, MSME, all this remains the same. Books of accounts will have to be maintained if presumptive taxation is not being undertaken. Presumptive taxation is applicable even in the case of partnership firm as well, but not in other cases. Presumptive taxation is applicable only for sole proprietor and a partnership firm. Professional tax registration, when the partnership firm has certain employees, it will have to pay professional tax to the government, because of which professional tax registration is must. Any changes in the partnership firm, like if there is any partner who is exiting, or there is any partner, or if you want to undertake any additional activities, okay, or if you're changing your address, all these details will have to be updated with the registrar whenever the event takes place. Next option is limited liability partnership, which is LLP, the third option. Let us look at the registration. LLP is registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. For this, we'll have to reserve the name, and then we'll have to submit certain documents with the registrar. So for minimum, there should be at least 2 partners to start an LLP and 2 designated partners. Designated partners undertake the management affairs of the LLP. In this, again, we will have an LLP agreement, just like we have a partnership deed in the case of partnership. We will have an LLP agreement in the case of LLP, where all the rights, liabilities, obligations, and everything will be covered within the LLP agreement. Bank account to be separate, PAN and TAN. GST still remains the same as we've seen in the earlier cases. The same for even shops and establishment, MSME, and trademark. Now, let us look at the compliances that has to be undertaken if there is an LLP. Filing of annual return statement. See, again, there's an obligation here that annual return and statement of accounts will have to be filed. This is again can be seen as a disadvantage as to why we're required to file every year. But yes, we have to, apart from income tax return, we'll have to file annual return and statement of accounts as well. Advance tax remains the same. TDS compliances, shops establishment, rest all things remain same except the last one. If there are any changes in the LLP, let's suppose if there's a change in the constitution, if there are 10 partners who are joining, for example, then the LLP agreement will have to be modified. If the registered office has been changed, everything, these changes will have to be updated again with the register of companies by entering into a supplemental deed. We'll move on to option 4. Option 4 is private limited company, where 2 or more people come together and form a private limited company. Again, just like an LLP, a name will have to be reserved, and there should be at least 2 minimum shareholders and 2 directors. In a private limited company, the shareholders and management are separate. It is not necessary that the shareholders should be someone who are managing the affairs of the company. The management will be undertaken specifically by the board of directors, also called as directors. And certain 2 important constitutional documents are the articles and the memorandum. The articles says the inter-se relationship between between the management and the shareholders and the company. Opening of a current bank account, PAN, TAN, everything else remains the same, just like in other options. Compliances, let's look at compliances. One of the drawback of a private limited company is because it has a lot of compliances, but it has more credibility when compared to other forms of enterprises. So it may be preferred by the investors. It's only that certain additional compliances are there. Board meetings have to be conducted. The board of directors have to meet at least twice in a year. An annual general meeting has to be conducted once in a year. Event-based filings have to be done. Even if they're not event-based filings, at least 5 forms minimum has to be filed with the registrar every year. The other things almost remain the same. Income tax returns, GST returns, TDS compliances, statutory registers will have to be maintained. Whoever is the director of the company, their KYC has to be recorded every year with the MCA. So there's another compliance. And event-based changes again will have to be updated with the registrar of companies. Yeah. So these are the compliances for a private company. Now let us look at Section 8 company and society. As we discussed earlier, Section 8 company is formed for charitable purposes. And here in case of Section 8 company, whatever profits the company is getting out of its activities that it's carrying on, that amount cannot be used for distributing it to the shareholders. It has to be deployed back into the organization itself for charitable purposes. First is, it is similar to setting up of a company only, where there will be minimum 2 shareholders and 2 directors. But the only difference is a Section 8 license is required. This license is provided by the central government. That's the only difference. The constitutional documents all remains the same, just like a private company only. So, a private company will have a private company at the end of its name, but a Section 8 company will not have. It may have foundation or some other name, but it will not have private company towards the end of its name. The rest of all remains the same except for 12A and ATG registration and CSR registration. Now, 12A is for tax purposes, where if the Section 8 company registers with the income tax department for 12A, then if it registers for 12A, then it can claim the entire revenue as tax exemption, which means it did not pay tax on any of the revenue as earning, provided there's a condition here that at least 85% of the income is being deployed for charitable purposes. ATG registration is required if it wants to provide deductions to the donors. Okay, here Section 8 company is not relying on investment from the shareholders. Here investment mostly comes in the form of donation. In the form of donation is donations from people, grants is grants from government, and CSR funds from the companies. CSR is corporate social responsibility. This funds comes in from the company specifically. For that, if a Section 8 company wants to receive funds, CSR funds from companies, then it is required to have a CSR registration. CSR registration is a separate number that is provided by the ministry, which is the prerequisite to obtain funds from a company. The rest remains the same. Compliances for a company and a Section 8 company, there are some exemptions available for Section 8 company. It is not as strict as a company. So here again, the only change here is if the company is accepting donations, then it has to do some additional compliances. Here, FCRA compliance means Foreign Contribution Regulation Act compliances. Section 8 companies can also accept donations from foreign countries. So in such case, they require certain approvals from the Ministry of Home Affairs, MHA. So there's separate compliances that has to be undertaken for foreign donation. And if Section 8 company is taking CSR funds from the companies, it will have to submit the utilization report, submit proposals, how they are utilizing the money, and how it is being tracked, what activities they are doing. All these certain additional requirements are there if they accept the CSR funds from companies, which has to be reported to those companies. Okay. Next is society. Society is specific to the state only. So in the case of society, there should be at least 7 members, and these are not, here in society it's not called as shareholders, but they're governing body members or the committee members. There should be at least 7 for forming. It is registered with the state specific authorities only. The rest of all remains the same. 12A and 80G specifically that we have seen for Section 8 company will remain the same for society as well. Compliances for a society, you don't have much compliances when compared to a Section 8 company. It is very, very simple. Annual list of managing committee has to be submitted. It's very, very simple when compared to a company with Section 8 company conducting an AGM. FCRA compliances, of course, will be required if the company is taking donations, CSR funds, if it's taking CSR funds, and shops and establishment, and informing registrar of major changes. These compliances almost remains the same, just like we have seen in the other cases. Now, if a Section 8 company or a society wants to take CSR funds from any company, then what is the prerequisite and how to approach? I have included this one slide because let's say you are self-sufficient and you want to work for the society and for the community, and that is when you decide to set up your formal entity either in the form of a Section 8 company or in the form of a society. When it comes to CSR, every company who is earning profits of certain amount is required to spend 2% of its profits as CSR obligation. If they do not spend, then they'll have to spend double the amount. So there is an obligation on a lot of companies in India towards CSR funding. And the reason why I've included this slide is because when a company decides to spend the amount on CSR activities, it has to fall under any of the categories which is been given under the one of the schedules. So in that, there is something called the preventive healthcare. The yogic activities can fall under preventive healthcare, and companies have been funding towards the CSR activities for preventive healthcare to certain Section 8 companies which have been set up for yoga activities. Okay. Certain prerequisites that it has to have, we have seen all the registration. CSR 1 is a mandatory MCA registration apart from others. There should be, if a Section 8 company or a society approaches a company to take CSR funds for its activities, then it should have a track record of doing similar activities in the past. In the past 3 years, they should have undertaken at least similar activities to prove that yes, they can confidently undertake those activities for the benefit of public. And whatever activities you have done in the past, try to save all the photos, create reports, impact data. You need to be clear as to how you will execute the projects and a separate bank account. These things are required. This is a prerequisite if you want to approach a company for any CSR funds to undertake yoga activities. Now, how to approach the companies? Identify right companies, because there are a lot of companies whose obligations are beyond 10 crore. For those companies, you will have to check what are their themes and study their CSR policy. If they have been contributing to certain organization who are undertaking this kind of activities, then it will include it in the CSR policy and on the website, which can be checked. When you approach a company, you need to have formally a CSR proposal. It should cover the problem and it should cover the solution. And how many people will be benefited out of it? What is going to be your budget? How are you going to implement it? Because this provides some confidence to the company, because they're going to contribute. To build credibility, do some projects in advance, because here you, at least for approaching a company, at least you need to have a 3 years of track records. So obviously you must have done some pilot projects in the past. Document all those outcomes, create annual report, create an impact report, and all these things. Okay. Now, when you really want to approach a company, to take the CSR funds, then don't specifically tell them that we are teaching yoga. Instead, tell them that we want to reduce healthcare costs through preventive wellness intervention. Just telling that we teach yoga and for that we need the CSR funds may not look very professional. Okay. Now, let us look at the advantages and disadvantages of each of the options. Sole proprietorship, it is very easy to start. You have very less registration. In fact, MSME and opening of bank account, these are only a couple of registrations that are required in case of sole proprietorship, minimal cost. Disadvantage is unlimited liability. As I said, there is no separate distinction between a sole proprietor and then the business itself. Difficult to scale because you cannot accept investment from others. Whatever amount you have, only that you will have to invest into the sole proprietorship to run the show. Partnership firm, in case of partnership firm, the advantage is because there are more than one partners, you have shared responsibility. Again, partnership firm is also very easy to form. Just by entering into a partnership deed, a partnership, and registering it, a partnership firm can be established. The disadvantage is unlimited liability. As I said, there's no distinction between the business and the partners. The partners will become personally liable in case of any losses. Again, there could be a possible dispute amongst partners as well. That's one disadvantage. LLP, the benefit is limited liability to the extent that each of the partner decides to contribute. Whenever there is an obligation or the liability, each of the partner will contribute only to that extent. Separate legal identity. LLP is separate when compared to the partners who are in the LLP, and it's more credible when compared to a partnership firm. Certain disadvantages: every year filings have to be done. There are a couple of forms that will have to be filed with the registrar. The next is private limited company is most highly credible when compared to the first three options that we have seen, and it's easy to expand because we can get amounts from various investors because it's very credible. And compliance cost is typically higher because a lot of compliances, filings to be done, the various acts that will be applicable to a company. Section 8 company is highly credible when compared to a society or when compared to a trust, because Section 8 company, all the compliances that are done will have to be recorded with a registrar. So in such case, it is highly credible. Like your financial statements, your income tax returns, everything will be filed on time, because of which it's highly credible. Section 8 company can receive grants and CSR funds. This is the benefit. And again, in Section 8 company and in case of society, profits cannot be distributed among shareholders, but salary can be paid to the employees, okay, or consultants can be paid a consultation fee. Okay. Society is an informal structure when compared to Section 8 company. It can accept, again, society, the benefit of society is it can accept grants and CSR funds. But it's an informal setup. Section 8 is more credible when compared to a society. Society is very easy to form just by entering into certain having bylaws and basic constitutional documents. Society can be formed at the respective state level. And disadvantage is less credible than Section 8 company. Now, let us look at how to decide to choose the right structure. If you want to, if you're an individual, yes, sir.
Gautamji, here you explain only proprietorship. Rest, anybody ask, then we will say.
Okay, sir. Okay. If you are an individual who is running the classes, you're taking the yoga sessions, whether it's online or whether it's offline, then you can opt for sole proprietorship.
Is there anything?
So, yeah, rest of the options are
Yeah.
if they want to have it separate, different, if they want to expand, sir.
Yeah. This is the last slide, ma'am?
Yes, sir. This is the last slide.
Okay, fine.
Yes, I'll have this slide.
So many of you may be thinking like, no, a lot of technical Gautamji is talking. It is for different people. See, you may be having a company or you want to open a society, kind of a trust, kind of a NGO or whatever it is, or a private limited. That is for other thing. So you don't need to get worry about all those things. The easy thing here is the option one. That's what we are here promoting. If you want any this LLP or private or partnership, then all, yes, Gautamiji is there for you. You can take her advice and proceed with that. Can you do stop sharing, Gautamiji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think, yeah, that's all.
So what we will do is anybody wants to open a yoga studio, that's only proprietorship. All other things you can just temporarily forget. No, anybody wants, they can do. So for that, what we are planning is we'll be charging 2,000 rupees, and you will be sending some details to Gautamiji, and she will be helping you in registering. She will want OTP and all that. She will be taking care, and we will also conduct class after a week on the evening from 8 to 8:45 to educate you about the current account, the AA thing, the Gamma AA, whatever we discussed. Whichever, even out of the thing also, if anything is required, we'll be helping you and all. So any questions so far on this?
Yes, sir. Sir, may
Vijayarangan sir, then Ramachandran sir. So Vijayarangan sir. Yes.
Sir, usually how long it will take, sir, that process to complete registering MSME and
I think Gautamiji will be doing in 1 or 2 days. If you give the detail, if you sit with Gautamiji, except any internet problem is not there, she can do it the same day or 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
Other thing, to open current account, it will take time. We'll be explaining, because bank needs its own time. You give all the document, they will ask you. I was also going here and there because a certain procedure is there. It took me, I think, 3 weeks or 4 weeks, but you will get the thing in short time. Yes, Gautamiji.
Yeah, so I was speaking about presumptive taxation. As I said, in case of a sole proprietorship, MSME is your basic constitution document. I was speaking about presumptive taxation. Presumptive taxation is applicable for sole proprietorship. Here, whatever income that you're receiving, let's suppose you're receiving 5 lakh rupees, your entire 5 lakh will not be taxable if you're opting for presumptive taxation. If you're opting for presumptive taxation, only 6% of the amount that you are receiving will be taxable. 6% is the percentage. If you are and if you're accepting cash payments, 8%.
I'll just help here. See, very simple way. Suppose you're earning 1 lakh. It comes to your personal account. How much tax you will pay? Anybody? Suppose you are working somewhere, you are earning monthly 1 lakh in your office. Okay, you are getting 12 lakhs. In yoga, you are earning, suppose some 2 lakhs income has come. What happens? 12 lakhs plus 2 lakhs, 14 lakhs. For 14 lakhs, whichever is your tax slab, that much you will pay, right? I don't know whether 20% or 30%, correct? But
Correct.
in presumptive taxation, that if you register, in the 2 lakhs, you will pay only 12,000 rupees. That means 12,000 rupees only is an income they will consider. Along with your 12 lakhs, no? Monthly 1 lakh you are earning in your company, that is 12 lakhs. In the 2 lakhs, they will add only 12,000 rupees into that. So 12 lakh and 12,000 rupees only you need to pay tax, much less tax. And you don't need to maintain so much books of records and all. Okay, it's very easy. Whatever 1 lakh if you earn, in that 1 lakh, if everything is through online, they will consider 6 lakh as your profit. Very comfortable, right? Otherwise, if you take on your personal name, you have to pay higher. So we'll help you in that
6,000, right?
presumptive taxation. What,
Yeah.
madam?
6,000 is what they will
6,000, right.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
6,000.
Again, there is a confusion. Few people say it is 50%. That means if I earn 1 lakh, in that 50,000 is considered as your profit. They say that's for professionals. But
That's
for
your
other,
profession, correct.
6,000 to 8,000. 8,000 means if you have cash and all. You don't need to worry. These things Gautamiji will be explaining a lot. And all. Okay. And Ramachandran sir, after that I'll come to
Sir, yeah, namaste. Namaste. CSR registration also you will be helping us, because all other documents I am more or less through the things. CSR registration, which Gautamji will be helping us once we registered with you.
So, sir, if you have a society, if you have a trust, society trust or a Section 8 company, only these 3 kind of entities are eligible to have a CSR registration with the MCA. If you're already having an entity set up, plus you have a 12A and 80G registration with the Income Tax Department, then this is a prerequisite based on which we can apply with the MCA for CSR registration.
Okay. Because I already have a MSME letter pad around the bank account, everything is in through. Now only Gamma, AI and all that will be coming with you, and then we will be learning with the other things, the latest tools in improving our presentation, everything. But CSR is the one. There are people who want to help me, my ex-company people from the CSR fund. They demanded get a CSR registration certificate. So I didn't apply mind on that. Today it came into the thing since. So whether the proprietorship is also applicable for CSR, you can check or we will check and then we can discuss.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Only society, trust, or a Section 8 company. These three are the only options available that they can go for CSR registration. Sole proprietorship cannot go for CSR registration.
Even partnership will not.
No.
LLB, no. Only society and the things. Okay.
Yes, society, because their objectives is separate. They are set up specifically for charitable purpose only. So that is why they get a CSR registration number.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Om Prakash, sir. Okay, Alo Gupta ji. Any question?
Yeah, this is Alok's wife, Sharmila. We both are listening together. So the question I have is two things. One is, our MSME registration certificate and current account mandatory for a proprietorship? Second one is this whole presumptive taxation. How do we go about it? Right now, I don't know how to go about it.
See, once you open the current account, then all the amount what you are taking on the yoga teaching, you will get in a separate bank account. So in that bank account, if you have, then we need to meet, I don't know, Gautamiji can explain you how to do it. Or you can get into a CA or somebody who is this thing. If you pay just a very small amount, they will be filing along with your personal income. But whichever the same entity is registered on your name, you are there and you are also earning somewhere, then the both will be coupled accordingly. Income tax you have to pay. This 6% they will add to your income. Yes, Gautamiji, please.
Yes. So basically, ITR, if you are not opting for presumptive taxation, ITR 3 is the corresponding form that you have to file. ITR 4 will be applicable if you are obtaining the presumptive taxation.
Okay. And
see, there are different methods.
How do I seek
ITR 1, 2. Yes, ma'am.
How do I seek Gautamiji's help to help me out?
We will share the number. We will share the number.
Yeah.
You can message me in my group, those who are interested. See, like Ramachandran sir said, already he has a MSME. He wants only the other thing. So this is like 1,000 rupees for registration, 1,000 rupees for other services, whatever we are going to share. So if you have one, you can opt for the other. We don't want both. If you want both, that's fine. But already you have one, you can opt for the other. Yes, Om Prakash sir. You're on mute, sir. You're on mute.
First thing is that this was the only stumbling block. I think you are removing it. Great. Now, how deep or how intimate will be this hand holding? Because till date, I have just looked into the creative part of and the brand management and all. But these things, my office does it in terms of my business. So how much there will be a whole hand holding, Gautamiji? I'll just give you a few documents and maybe my logo and these things. Okay, it's a proprietorship. And can I do it from my home or I have to have a separate place for this?
No, separate place is not required, sir. We will have your address itself as the address of the sole proprietor. And in terms of hand holding, you can completely be ensured that I will take care of it. So I will need only little assistance from you. After you give the all information to me, I should be able to do the registration. Some OTPs may be required, will be required, not maybe. Some OTPs are required when I'm doing the MSME registration, which I will ask you.
Okay, then my questions will come later. Let me just first give you the documents.
We'll be there to help you, sir. Those who join, we are always there because it is not one time. You may have further doubts. So if you want, you can always call us. If it is a common doubt, we'll arrange a thing like for this Gamma A and other thing. We'll have a common session. We'll share the knowledge. Our ultimate aim is let's all make use of it and grow in our. Let's treat this also not only as service as a profession also, so that we'll expand our presence, so that we spread more knowledge. So it will be there, not it will be over by 2 or 3 sessions. We'll continue to help. Gautamiji will be there and we will be there to do it. Any other question about any fear still you have, how to start? I'm only in my home. Even I don't have a wall. I'm sitting in a phone and just corner and just attending the classes. If you have any kind of thing, all are welcome. Everybody can become a owner of your own yoga studio. Yes, Srividya ma'am.
All those people who spoke before me, they already knew something else, and they know about MSME and everything. But I've just started. I'm taking classes from home, online classes. That's it. That's it. So I don't have any knowledge about these things. So is it necessary for me to first of all register, or is it okay if I get into that as a business? That's my
See, how will
first
you do
question.
business? You can do business, ma'am. See, for so whomever people know Srividya ji, you can take class and collect money on your income. You can do. There is no problem. But if you form a business as a name, you are creating more trust, right? You are creating a brand name. Tomorrow, the same name, if you become bigger, people will be knowing about you, and you are registered. Now, as an individual, you are not registered. You are taking as a income, personal income, right? When you register, it comes as that's a company name. A lot of credibility is there. See,
I
I
have
also
very
was same
few
thing
things now.
till
A very,
I
very
registered.
few times now. So
No,
is
no,
it
I'm
okay?
saying, ma'am, I was like you only till November end. I think November end only Gautamiji registered. From November to this time, I learned everything on the way. Then I thought this is very useful. Why everybody is doing on your own name? Just you can register this thing and spending a little money, you can form a own yoga center. And many people are doing. You see, I'm seeing many people and doing business, either business point of view or whatever service point of view. Please have your name. Tomorrow, if your money comes, you can open a yoga studio. You can hire another place, but your brand remains same. Remember, from today onwards, next few years, you are taking on your brand name. You are building a brand image. Tomorrow, when you have money, you open a yoga center, then people will know. Now, maybe around your street or somebody few house, they are coming for your class. Tomorrow, if you have a commercial building, you can put the same name and start becoming bigger. See, it's like this. You start working today. Do you want to save this work or leave as it is? If you have a company name, you are saving your work on that brand name. Tomorrow you can open this. As an individual, you will have a personal credibility. People know you, they come. But they don't know the name and all is not. The credibility is less. That's the only thing. You don't need to worry if you don't need to know anything. Because I was like that. Gautamiji helped me, then slowly I start learning. So for registering with Gautamiji through MSME, you don't need to have anything. You need to have a PAN number, Aadhaar number, your phone, your savings bank account. That is enough.
Okay.
And big commitment. You can register. You can avoid current account also if you don't want. Join later. At least your name got registered. You take money in your person. But if you want to take current account, it's much better. I was also thinking like that. Then I made two decision here. Little you need to prepare some invoice and all, which will give you a format, which Gautamiji help you. There is automatic app options are there, free apps. She will help. Little we need to do, then we are building a brand image. Remember, you are starting something. Tomorrow your son or daughter want to continue. That time you will have many people. See, My Bharat My Culture, we just started. Now we have 1,300 people in the WhatsApp group. Now, when I put any program, I get 40-50 people coming. We are taking Patanjali Yoga Sutra classes free again. And there are 30 people coming with video on. Can you see that? These days, even 100 people join, you will say only 10-20 people video on. 30 people, they're coming with video on. They are asking me, sir, this class, when I chant, I'm just getting lot of peace. I don't know anything in Sanskrit. I just learned by listening. And I just repeat the same thing. No knowledge. But whatever we are sharing, people are enjoying. So this brand image will help you to get carried away. People may not remember my name, but they will say, no, I did that in that group. My Bharat, My Culture group is there. No, they remember that. So that's the thing we want to establish. Tomorrow your son and daughter want to carry, let them do it in a big way. You do whatever you're doing, you save it on a brand name. That's the intention.
So I need not wait for some time, or I can just right away, I can start and
simply start. You can
very small.
Time is moving, ma'am. For doing good things, time is moving. Every minute we need to learn something, do something. See, nothing. If it is some 1 lakh, you're going to invest 2 lakhs, you can worry about it. Like starting your own company, why you want to wait? If you want to progress further, like private limited, LLP, you do it later. Tomorrow, the same thing can become bigger. You can make a partnership, LLP, like Gautamiji said, or you can make a society or a trust. You want to serve people. That is later. Now, all of us has to stand in our leg. Whatever we are doing, do it in a professional way. For that only it's.
So from home also you can do it. It's no need to have a studio on that. Yeah.
So I said I'm in home now. I have only one wall.
Okay.
Only one wall, even one room. So
yeah.
Many of you may have one room at least. So
yeah.
much better. Do it. No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Annie G. Yes. Then Pushpa.
Yeah, this is no Mishra. Bhaiya, I wanted to ask because my husband is in transferable job. So what address do I give? Like even if
Gautamiji?
You can give your current address. So whenever there's a change in the address, that can be updated on the Udyam website. That's not a
So
concern.
then with the Google reviews and all and location, it will keep changing with the brand name.
Brand name will still remain the same, only the location will change. Now,
Yeah.
about Google reviews, I'm not sure, sir.
I don't know. I'm also, maybe like brand name is there, maybe there. I don't know whether it's a thing to change the address or not. I don't know. That's
Or
why I
I
said,
can give the permanent address of my home, but then
you
there
can do
is
that
no
also.
studio there.
No, are you taking only online classes or offline classes as
I
well?
have not yet started, Didi.
Not yet started. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just trying
When
to
you're not yet
understand.
started, if you're planning to take online,
Yeah.
take a place where you are accessible now. Tomorrow we'll see about Google and all. Because see, we need more about website. Yes, Google review is required. But
Yeah.
really, we don't know if we change the address, we can change the address or not.
Right.
Should be some option will be there, man. And we need to check and come back to you.
Right, Bhaiya. Thank you.
Pushparani, ma'am.
சார் பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் இப்போ நம்ம கரண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா எக்ஸிஸ்டிங் பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட்லேயே கரண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட் ஆட்
No,
ஆகுமா
we are not
எனி
changing, ma'am. We are not changing. We are opening a new current account. That bank will
சேம்
do.
பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் ஆர் டிஃப்ரெண்ட்
Any
இப்போ
bank, any
கவர்மெண்ட்னா
bank.
இந்த பேங்க்ல தான் ஓபன் பண்ணணும்னு அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது நியூ
See,
கண்டிஷன்
I have my savings account in one bank. I have my current account in another bank. Everything I put in the same mobile, same GPay. That's no problem. Separate account.
ஐ எம் ஆஸ்க்ட் அபவுட் த பேங்க் நேம்ஸ் இப்போ வந்து
Names
எஸ்பிஐல
we'll
தான்
discuss.
ஓபன் பண்ணணும்னு இருக்கா இல்ல
இல்ல,
இதுல
கடை. Any bank. You can open any bank. Same bank or different bank. We'll guide you which bank also.
ஓகே I'm also
Shobrani.
interested to do, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Please message. Anybody is there, please message me whomever is interested. If we get minimum people, we'll proceed. With 1-2 people, it will be difficult. If we get minimum people, we'll definitely proceed. Shobrani, ma'am. Your question? You're on mute. Shobrani, ma'am. Okay, fine. Anybody? Fine. If it gives you, yes, Manjunath Annaji, please.
Hariyamana, I do have two questions in my hand. Okay. So one thing is like the first thing, if we do start with the sole proprietorship, whether the same brand can be changed going further if we need to expand into a partnership firm or the LLP kind of thing or a private
Okay.
thing.
A brand will not change. Your name will still remain the same. So
Okay.
if you have a particular name through which you're operating your sole proprietor, if you want to expand into a company, for example, then in company there's an option called as one person company as well. Okay, the same name can be used and we can set up a company for you. Okay? Provided that name is not being used by someone else. When it comes to forming a sole proprietor, the name is very easy to get. I mean, you can use any name. There are no restrictions when it comes to sole proprietor. But when it comes to a company, if there is a company existing with a particular name, we cannot use the same name unless and until we take an NOC from the concerned entity. Or if there is a registered trademark of that particular name also, it's very difficult to get that name. Okay? If there's a unique, if your name is unique, then we can open it the same, then we can open the company with the same name.
Okay. Okay. The second question following up for this, let's say like now as a sole proprietorship, just will be going to the yoga teaching, maybe online or an offline. And going further, if I wanted to expand my business, maybe I'll be going through some kind of selling of the products or maybe an entirely different kind of business portfolio itself. Will that be allowed?
So when you are registering, so and the point is, do you want to undertake additional activities with MSM, which means it's sole under the sole proprietorship? If you're taking additional activities by forming a sole proprietorship, initially when you're constituting, you can mention that you're undertaking activities for yoga training, teaching, etc. At the moment, if you're not deciding to selling any activities, that's okay. But tomorrow, if you plan to, then we will edit the MSME certificate by including additional activities.
Okay, that's possibility is there all the time.
Yes, there's a possibility. With any sort of entity, it is possible. Even with a company, if it is not there in your objects, we can still include it at a later stage.
Okay. Now the thing is like, let's say like some kind of food items which is health related. It is not just like an yoga related. Then it is like the human health wellness kind of thing. If it is food related things, it needs to be sold through my home location itself. That can be included. It is a part of it, or it is entirely become the two different. One is onto the education portfolio. The second one is like completely a marketing kind of thing. Something like a business kind of thing. So both together can be attached together in the same brand and the same
Yes.
registration.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, thank you.
Shobharani ji. Shobharani ji. Okay, Archana Gupta, ma'am.
Sir, like in my case, I'm taking classes from past more than 5 years, but it's always been online classes. In between only, I had some space due to various reasons. So actually, I keep on discussing. I am not a person of all these things. I didn't get what you was trying to say, but sometimes people tell me that you should go for, because I have named the center after my parents, and I really want to move further in this field and do lots of things. So I am little confused. What should be I doing? Like I'm totally clueless. I have to go for sole proprietorship, and I don't earn too much because some of my work is still charitable work kind of a thing. So how will it help me if I go for all these things? What you are trying to suggest, sir? I'm at least clueless actually. If you want, I can call you later if it is, because I think other people understand what you are trying to say.
No,
Uh,
even many things I don't understand. Since I got into sole proprietorship, I understood. Otherwise, Gautam ji is an expert in explaining all those things. The
Google
first thing I'll
review
say
and all these things I have done, sir. That my husband and I, by God's
very
grace,
good.
the rating is very high for all those things.
Then you register only the entity. Other thing you have, register your entity, give a name and entity. In Google review, what your personal name you have registered?
No, sir. As I said, I have named the center after my parents. So Santosh Kiran, so I've made it as SK Yog Sadhana.
Okay, SK Yog Sadhana is not registered now, right? So you can register with Gautam ji as a MSME proprietorship.
And then
Tomorrow
I have to
when
pay
you
the
want to
tax and all I have to pay, sir. Then
what, man?
tax.
No. See, if you open a current account, if you collect money separately on your company name, yes, you need to maintain certain thing to pay tax and all. But that will be the legal thing. Otherwise, you can open your MSME this thing. You start serving whatever you want. Whenever you want, you can open the current account. So when the income starts coming on your company name, you are supposed to pay tax. That is also very easy, ma'am. Gautam ji, can you help? Like maybe yearly once you need to visit somebody and pay a few thousand rupees and play. I don't know. So very amount is also less. Yes, Gautam ji, can you throw
Yeah.
highlight?
So, ma'am, I'm just trying to understand what is your intention. As you said that you have set up with with your parents' name and you're doing it for charitable activity. But I want to understand what is your intention in the long run. What is it that you plan to do? Depending on that, we choose the entity.
Mix, ma'am, mix. Like it is not completely. I started in COVID was completely charitable. Now I'm charging, and a half, various things which I can personally share with you. But yes, in the long run, I want to set up the offline center also, where I can do different, activities. Like I've learned the sutras from sir, getting more versed with them, and then starting different courses and other things, and related to yoga only, ma'am, nothing other things related to yoga. I'm going to start different courses. That is what is the future plan, and set up a proper yoga institute. And if it works, then maybe in different places or all those things, sir. That is the purpose, ma'am. And
Yeah, I would suggest Archana ji. I'm also doing like this, taking most of the free classes. And
yes,
in
sir.
the free classes end, I will ask for donation. Whatever people gives, I accept. So
Yes, sir.
tomorrow when you have more money, we can serve more. Or
Correct.
like you can increase or decrease. And
Correct,
that time
sir.
you can open like society or whatever Gautam ji said. Now, if you want to make it very simple, proprietary is very simple,
Okay,
having
sir.
no headache at all. Literally no headache at all. Only
Right,
thing
sir.
is you need to track whatever people are giving money. You need to put in Excel sheet, give a
Okay.
small receipt to them or invoice to them. That also will help you. That will
Okay,
make
sir.
you to keep your whatever the brand same. It will be there. Tomorrow, if you want to make it bigger, you make it bigger.
Okay, like in the future, I'm planning for website also, so everything will be structured then, na, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so then I can speak to you regarding this thing and
Yeah.
register.
Please message me if you're interested. Whichever portion, since already you're registered, somebody already registered, we will not want to all the 2,000 rupees. For registration alone, 1,000 rupees. For other help, 1,000 rupees. Whichever you
Okay,
want, accordingly, we will send you a detail. You can join.
right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Amarnath, sir. So you're not audible, sir. Not audible. No, unable to hear, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can, sir. Yeah.
So right now, the other processes are being.
Voice is low, sir. It's low. Very low.
Right now,
better.
all the processes are right now getting ready with me. Is it necessary to have an physical voucher or receipt that we have to give the participants?
Physical
Digital is
brochure.
okay.
Or
Physical invoice, sir. Physical invoice
was
thing.
just-
When they receive the money, whether the invoice has to be in a physical way, it is okay. We can even maintain it digitally. Not a problem, sir.
Okay.
I'm sending only now soft copy only. Whomever gives me money, I think before 1 week, still before I was used to send. That's possible, sir. Nowadays, handing over hard copy is impossible.
Okay.
Everything is through online.
And for getting donations and things, this MSME is enough?
No. By donation, we should not say. So what I will pay is this is a course fee. I will say voluntary fee.
Okay.
Like that I'll pay. Because donation, you cannot get it through here. That is only through, Gautamji explained, the society and the trust and all those things. The Section 8 company, it's allowed. In our case, it's all business only. But I will charge as a voluntary fee. It should be fee. Nobody can donate us. We asked as a donation. When we accept it, we take it as a fee and give proper invoice or receipt.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Any other question? So I think time is more than what we asked for. So anybody interested, please let us know. If minimum people comes, we'll proceed with that because it needs a certain investment of time from our end, and we'll meet further. And those who have any question, please always reach us. Thank you. Thank you, Gautamji, for your valuable time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
So we have to send the
Thank you,
message
sir.
if we are interested.
Yeah. எனக்கு message போடுங்க madam. Please message me if you are interested. Then I will keep in touch with you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hari Om, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello,
Thank you,
Hari Om.
ma'am.
Hari Om.
Sir, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Sir.